Welcome to the Boxing Locker. I am Matt Goddard, former professional boxer, now boxing coach. And today in my Boxing 101 series of videos for YouTube, I'm going to take you through the jab, okay? This is the first time we've covered any sort of punches, and this is my favorite and the most important punch in the world of boxing. Now, what is the jab? The jab is your lead hand, okay? So if I'm an orthodox boxer in an orthodox stance, my left hand is my lead hand, which means that this is my jab, okay? As a southpaw boxer in my southpaw stance, my right hand is my lead hand, which means that this is my jab hand, right? So your lead hand over your lead foot is your jab. Now, what is the function of a jab? Now, the function of a jab is multi-dimensional, okay? The jab maintains and creates distance. The jab sets up punches. The jab prevents aggression. The jab begins aggression. And not only that, but the jab occupies space, okay? As if there wasn't enough things to think about. Now, a good jab can win a fight. And there's all sorts of quotes about this going round blocks and round the world and all of these kind of things. The important thing to remember is if you have a bad jab or no jab, then you are really going to struggle to get anywhere in boxing, because all that will happen when you come up against someone with a good jab is you'll get stuck on the end of it and you'll spend all night chewing on jabs for fun, right? So, how do we throw the jab? Now, the jab, being as multidimensional as it is, means there's multiple ways to throw it. However, I'm going to take you through the basic, fundamental technique of the jab. Prior to anything else, we need to know how to do this. We can't change it, adapt it, vary it if we don't know how to throw the original, right? So in your boxing stance, okay, I'm going to throw this jab completely static. The premise that you have to move forward when you jab is redundant. I mean, 90% of the time in a boxing ring, you're moving laterally, so you have to be able to jab when you're moving lateral. You have to be able to jab when you're going backwards, and you have to be able to jab when you're going forwards. If you're reliant upon a forward step to throw your jab, what does that mean when an opponent is shutting you down? It means they're going to be closer to you and you're going to end up walking onto the shots that they're trying to throw, right? Everything is about timing, situation, position, and intent. So we need to make sure that we utilize footwork when it's appropriate. Now, static, boxing position. We've been through this in previous videos. If you don't know about boxing position, you don't know about which way round you should be, orthodox or southpaw, check out the previous videos from the 101 series before we work on this. So, I'm in my boxing stance, everything's correct. Now, the jab begins from the shoulder into the elbow, finishes with a wrist rotation. So I pop, slight pop of the shoulder, my elbow drives outwards, and my fist rotates over to finish big knuckles into the target. My chin is tucked behind the shoulder, and my rear hand is nice and tight to the chin. It doesn't have to be to the side here, otherwise some of my face might be open. It can be slightly forward, that way I can cover and do certain things. So I'm in that boxing stance, okay? I'm looking straight down the line of the jab. I don't want to be jabbing out here with my head too far away from my fist. I want to be tucked in a nice straight line, everything narrow. This shoulder then offers me protection. I don't want to be jabbing like this. This has been discussed in the boxing position videos. I want a nice arc to the wrist, okay? So this is my orthodox jab. Straight down the line, looking out the tops of the eyes. Chin tucked behind the shoulder, knees nice and soft, rear heel slightly raised, elbow tucked in. I'm now going to reverse that around and do exactly the same in the southpaw position. So I get in my southpaw stance, knees soft, everything tucked in, position correct, and then starts from the shoulder, pop of the shoulder. That's what lifts the shoulder into position. Elbow extends out, and the fist rotates over. Once again, chin protected by lead shoulder, non-punch in hand, tucked tight to the chin, landing with the big knuckles down that center line. Everything's in the correct position, okay? So when we jab, what we're fundamentally trying to do is land at as much extension as possible, right? We want to be using that to make sure that as we throw other punches, we're going to be throwing them with as much power as possible. So I get in my boxing stance, I snap that jab out, I snap it back in. It's really important that it comes back on the line that it goes out. A lot of people will jab and they'll have a point A, a point B, and a point C. Point C is what gets you knocked out. So I go A, B, C, A. That C, that's the point your opponent throws the counter, sparks you out. Remember, we want A, B, nothing else. So I'm in my boxing stance, I go A, B, A, B, A, B, nothing else, right? There we have it, guys. That is the fundamental technique of the basic jab, orthodox and southpaw. Remember all of those key points. I suggest now you spend about 30 minutes doing that on repeat again and again and again. Honest analysis, look in a mirror, check your position, check your balance, check how you're landing, where you're landing, all of these things. If you aim your own chin, it's a very easy way of tracking what you're doing. Thank you for tuning in to another video in my Boxing 101 series. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care, guys.